From Public Radio International, this is The World. A co-production of the BBC World Service, PRI, and WGBH Boston. It's Thursday, June 10th. I'm Marco Werman. Hurt feelings in Britain over U.S. criticism of BP. President Obama vows to hold the British-based oil giant accountable for the spill in the Gulf. But is his rhetoric whipping up anti-British sentiment? Also, some advice for U.S. diplomats trying to resolve the nuclear standoffs with North Korea and Iran.
Since we can never know the other side's intentions with 100% accuracy, we need to deploy poker logic to make the best possible guess.
Now this news.
BBC News with David Austin. Drug enforcement officers in the United States say they've arrested more than 2,000 people in a lengthy investigation targeting Mexican trafficking rings. They said the operation, called Project Deliverance, culminated on Wednesday with more than 400 arrests across 16 states. From Washington, Madeleine Morris.
The aim of Project Deliverance was to strike at the transportation networks which run billions of dollars worth of drugs across the US-Mexico border. During the 22-month-long operation, which culminated in raids on Wednesday, agents seized 2.5 tons of cocaine and 69 tons of marijuana. Amongst those detained were Carlos Ramon Castro Rocha, the alleged leader of a major drug trafficking group. The announcement from the U.S. Attorney General comes amidst increasing concern about drug and people trafficking from Mexico.
The top U.S. military commander in Afghanistan, General Stanley McChrystal, says the big operation to neutralize the Taliban in its southern heartland of Kandahar will take longer than first thought. U.S. forces had hoped to complete the Kandahar operation largely by August. General McChrystal said recent events in neighbouring Helmand had shown how hard it would be to turn the local population away from the Taliban.
We are coming at Kandahar with the same focus, but we're also informed by the lessons we've learned in the Helmand River Valley. So we're trying to use those lessons in the shaping of governance, preparation of development assistance, and of course security operations, so that as we continue our Kandahar effort, we do that in a very deliberate, effective way.
The American government says the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico involving the British energy giant BP is not a source of tension between the two countries. The US government is considering taking legal action to prevent the firm paying dividends, a move which has caused expressions of concern by some British politicians, given the importance of BP to the economy. Earlier, the British Foreign Secretary, William Hague, said he didn't think there was anything anti-British about the American response. The Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, had a similar message.
I don't think anybody on either side of the Atlantic believe that it will help deal with the problem at hand if we allow this to escalate into a major diplomatic incident. It isn't. It's a practical, urgent need to deal with the problem, and that is what I'm sure BP is trying to do.
The two main opposition leaders in Iran have called off demonstrations planned for Saturday to mark the anniversary of last year's disputed presidential election. The two, Mir Hussein Mousavi and Mehdi Karoubi, said it had become obvious that they would not receive official permission, so they'd called off the event to protect lives and property. People in Tehran said there are already unprecedented numbers of police and security forces on the streets. World News from the BBC. An American airstrike has killed 3 suspected militants in the Pakistani region of North Waziristan, a mountainous area bordering Afghanistan and known for al-Qaeda activity. Pakistani officials said a drone fired 2 missiles at a compound used as a hideout by militants. South Korea's latest attempt to join the space launch industry has failed. Contact was lost with a rocket carrying a satellite soon after liftoff. It's thought to have exploded.